Goldylocks Productions provides professional internet, TV, and radio shows in the spiritual and New Age genre.
Hi everybody, Anthony Rodriguez here, walking quote for the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. How's everybody doing today? Happy Tuesday, and welcome to another Tuesday edition of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show with your host, myself, Anthony Rodriguez, walking quote. I want to remind before we get started that you can call in live at area code 323-870-3791. Write that down, dial it in your phone, or, just put it in there. Anyway, so let me get started with a song, and I'm going to call the spirits in, and then we're going to smudge and clear everybody and clear the panel and clear myself and clear my producer, my lovely producer, Tiffany Sage White, Sage Woman, I hope, and we'll go from there. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you for being with us, Great Spirit and Great Mother, and the power of the four directions that protect us and watch over us. Again, I want to welcome everybody. And real quickly, I want to take a little sage. And I want to clear this room and clear the computers and the phone lines and clear all the airwaves around the world, across the land, across the oceans, and through the deserts, and everywhere that we would be heard, that we would be clear, that my producer, Tiffany White Sage Woman, would be clear, a clear vessel, and I would be a clear vessel for a clear message from the spirits. And welcome. So it's been a couple of weeks since we've done the show, and we were on vacation. Sometimes things need to get done in the studio and other places, and we get those things done, and we move on, and that's just the way it is. And so we're back. So the holidays are the holidays, and we get a vacation break for ourselves, and our producer gets a vacation, and she deserves it because she works hard, and she produces all these shows that she does, that we do on Goldylocks Productions, Blog Talk Radio, and Be Live TV. So today we're going to go into the show, but before I do that, I want to get into my calendar. My calendar isn't too deep. I know lately it just feels like I have so much to do on the air. But just like every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show with myself, Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. And you can catch us every week, or you can catch us in the archives for Blog Talk Radio or in Spreaker, or you can find us on the Goldylocks Productions page on YouTube, or you can find it on my page, Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine on my page, and you can watch that after the fact, or you can watch us live. And then on every Wednesday night, this date has changed. Sound Vibration Magic Drum Bath Journey with Walking Crow. Every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. We are live. By the way, we're live from Sedona. I know my producer was surprised the last couple weeks ago. She goes, "Wait, why are you in LA?" But I had work in LA, so I went back to LA just to do work and came back. But we're live in Sedona. We'll be drumming live, doing Shamanic journeying live from Sedona, between Castle Rock, between Bell Rock, and between Courthouse Butte, which is an amazing vortices. And the energy here is pretty incredible and pretty intense. Right now, we've been having not tsunami. We've been having monsoon rains, which even changes the energy even more with all the thunder and the lightning that's going on here. So Wednesday at 8 p.m., catch us live, or you can meet us here next to the Red Agave Resort at 7:30, and you can walk with us over to the rock, the high rock where I'm going to be drumming from, and you can experience that live. You can leave a donation. In fact, we would love it if you leave a donation as an exchange of energies, and that way, we can, get some more things done, get some more work done. So let me see, what else do we have? The Transformational Sacred Drum Making Journey with myself, Walking Crow, in Nevada City on the July 28th and the 29th at, what's the name of that place? I can't remember the name of that place. Anyways, but it's there in Nevada City. It is called, let me tell you right now. Yeah, it's called The Inner Path in Nevada City. So it's going to be $200. You walk away making your own drum. If you sign up early, the first 5, it's $175. So you'll save yourself $25. So sign up for that for later this month, in 2 weeks, as a matter of fact. So let me see, what else do we have? And on the 11th of August in Silver Lake, California, back in Los Angeles, with Sochi Ashe. She's an amazing shamanic healer. Her training comes from Mexico and Peru and Brazil. And she's just an amazing woman. She's an amazing friend of mine. And she's going to be hosting a transformational sacred drum making journey with myself on the 11th. It's a Sunday. It's going to be, we're going to do it in one day. But it's on the 11th. It's $200. And if you're the first of 5 people to sign up, it's $175. So go ahead and sign up for that. And we'll get you going there. Also, a transformational sacred drum making journey with myself in not Asheville, North Carolina, but Henderson, right next door. And that's going to be, let me see what the name of that place is too. I always seem to forget the name of these places because I've never been there before. But that's going to be, nope, it's not on there. So, but it's going to be in Henderson, North Carolina. And I'll get that information for you. Just go to my events page on Facebook, and we'll be fine. You'll get all that information there. So sign up. The first 5 people, it's $175. After that, it's $200. So, you want to be one of the first to sign up. Well, all right. So that's it for that. And also, I have to do this because my producer will remind me. Get your sage. You can get your sacred sage from a transformational sacred drum medicine in Walking Crow. $15 for a stick of sage. This sage is harvested by me. It's harvested ceremonially. Offer tobacco, offer sage, offer song, offer prayer. So feel free. You can get yours for $15 and $3.75 shipping. So you can get up to 3 shipped to you for what is that? $45 and $48.75. All right. So get your sage. So yeah, there's that. And also, I want to remind you, the drum that I was playing, this drum I created, I birthed with my own hands. It's one of the last drums. It's also signed by me. You can see it back in here. This drum is for sale. It's a 12-inch, 2-inch thick shamanic drum with alki. You can see the spine from the animal. And it's $250. If you would like to purchase this drum, you can do that by sending $250 to PayPal and just say 12-inch shamanic drum. And I will put your address in there, and I will ship this to you at no cost. So there's that. Oh, and there was a crow feather in there, crow wing, but seemed to fell out. That's where I keep my wings at, in my drum. So let's go on with the show. So welcome everybody, and apologize for not being here last week, but sometimes we need a vacation and we need to take a break. So, but today I want to talk about grounding and about being earthed and being rooted and fruited and being in your ground and in your foundation. Are you able to ground? Are you able to root yourself and sink your legs into Mother Earth in a way that allows you to be fulfilled and energized and allow yourself to be connected? A lot of times we're not connected because we're up in the higher self, in the higher realms of ourselves. And, a lot of the times when we're up there, we're in our escape. Unless you're a psychic or a medium and you're working in those areas, or you're like me where I'm looking at you and I'm working with you as a healer and I'm looking at your body and seeing you where the issues in your tissues are. We're going to go up in here to do that. But believe you me, we are grounded when we're up in here doing what we're doing. We're balanced. We walk in the way of balance and we walk in the way of beauty. Do you walk in the way of balance, and do you walk in the way of beauty? Oh, Shamanic. Oh, do you? And what does that mean for you? Are you somebody who, are you flat-footed? Do you have a high arch? Pay attention to your feet. How do your feet land on the earth when you walk barefoot? Do you walk barefoot? Or are you always in shoes? Are you always in, I know a lot of women wear high heel shoes or platform soles or wedges or whatever. And do you ever take the opportunity to put your feet on the floor? Do you ever take the opportunity to walk in the sand, to walk next to a river, or next to a lake? Do you ever take the time to do these things? Sit on the roots of a tree, lean up against the tree, and be within the circular energy of that tree, grandmother tree, from the roots to the branches and around again. Are you able to do that? Being grounded isn't just saying, well, I'm grounded. I know I'm grounded because I'm grounded. No, it's a practice. It's got to be a practice, just like anything else. Kobe Bryant, I'm not a basketball fan and I'm not a sports fan, but I'm going to use him as an example. He didn't get to be as good as he is or was or is, because he's still a great player, even though he's not playing the game, just by saying, I'm Kobe Bryant and I'm a Laker. That didn't happen that way. This kid was groomed from the time he was a little kid. That's all he did was play basketball. And he was playing in the NBA, I believe, at 18 or 19 years old. That doesn't happen very often. But it was because he was willing to do the work. He was willing to do what it takes to, go out there and probably after dinner, before dinner, after homework, practicing his shots, probably from every spot in the driveway, every spot in the gym. That's what it takes. Are you really ready? Are you really willing to go out onto the earth and put your feet on the floor? To put your backside on the floor, sink your perineum into Mother Earth, your coccyx, and allow her to plug into the superhighway of your subtle energy body, and allow that energy to flow up and down into your body, and allow you to be energized and recharged by Mother Earth. It just, like I said, it just doesn't happen willy-nilly that we become plugged in or what have you. So what are you willing to do for yourself? And living in your root, living in what I like to say, living in your root, living in your shoot, also means being in your water, in your second chakra. It also means being in your third chakra, your fire. It also means being in the air, the air, our heart, your lungs. Those are the four elements. Are you living in your body, or you're up here in your higher self, daydreaming? Thinking of what it is that somebody did to you when you were a child. What did they do to me? They did this and they did that. And I'll show them. And you're telling the story and you're talking to yourself. And you do it when you're driving. You do it when you're in the kitchen. You do it when you're in the yard. You do it on your job, grumbling under your breath. Are you grounded? Are you rooted? Are you fruited? I want to remind you that you can call in live and ask a question at area code 323-870-3791. Give us a call. Ask us a question. Get a healing. What do you have to say? What do you have to offer to the conversation? I'm going to ask you to offer to the conversation. What is it that you want to bring to the table? I just don't want to be a talking head. I want to be an interactive person that interacts with you, with the medicines, with what's going on with you, and how I can help you, and how I can be with you in a good way. Chin, say it. So yesterday, I decided to go out and do some grounding. I was out on the trail. I left here, and I was out on the backside of this big mountain of rock called Courthouse Butte, which is literally across the street. And I don't know how far I was from home. I got to this place, and I was remembering when I was in Hawaii, when I was in the Eo Valley, in the place of the four sacred rivers. And I remember a friend of mine who is a healer, who is a medium. She said, when you're there, listen to the trees. Listen to what the trees have to say to you. And I remember that. And I remember as I was drumming there, I got to experience the trees dancing, grandmother trees dancing. And some people will say, well, that's wind. They call that wind, Anthony. I call it dancing, because those trees were dancing for miles, as far as I could see. They were dancing. And I was willing to be there in the energy of that medicine. And I brought that back with me when I came back. So yesterday when I'm on the trail, I'm out there on the trail because I want to be grounded. I'm going to go out and drum, and I'm going to go out and do everything I do. I'm going to sit on the rocks, and I'm going to be with the red rocks and with the energies of the grandmothers and the grandfathers, all our relations, our whole thing, all our relations. And I'm going to do that. I become a part of the earth. I am earth, a whole. As earth is earth, I am earth. Do you want to be earth? Do you want to be earth? So I was walking, and I got to this place where I started to see more trees. And for me, that's significant of that there's water nearby. There is a water table nearby, an aquifer, which is, obviously underground, but I can't see it. So I got into the trees, and I stopped, and I leaned in to the trees, and I listened to what they had to tell me. And what the tree said to me was, call Roberto. Now, Roberto is a friend of mine here in Sedona. We're new friends. He found me through the Sedona bulletin board, where I post a lot of stuff here because I try to market myself here. And when I met Roberto, he said this to me: I don't like very many people. He said, but I like you. He says, you do what you say, and you say what you do. He said, and that means a lot. He says, and also you call me brother. He says, I like people that call me brother. So I call him when I'm here, and I called him, and he said, what took you so long? and where I'm going is, he invited me to lunch up at the Airport Mesa restaurant. And there were some people there that he wanted me to meet. And one of the people there was Bob Zimmer. Bob Zimmer is an amazing man. He built the Anastasia Hotel in Santa Fe. He lives in Santa Fe. He built Oprah Winfrey's home in Colorado, in Telluride. He built Robert Redford's home. He worked with, what's this guy's name? Rocky Mountain, John Denver. And this is an amazing man who works with amazing people around the world. He works with the indigenous people. When he builds something like the Anastasia Hotel, he just doesn't build it and to mimic a native thing or an indigenous thing. No, he goes out and meets the people and asks for their permission of how to do things and to get in touch with what it is that he does. And hold on a sec, I want to grab something. So I got to meet this man, and Roberto was wanting me to meet him, and he was wanting Bob to meet me, because Roberto feels that what I do is of utmost importance with regard to what I teach and how I would like to help people in the world, and how I help people in the world. Because I've helped Roberto. I was over his house one day, and I was listening. I was noticing his vibration in his chest, and he had this cough that wasn't going away, and it was deep. And he asked me what I was seeing, and we had a conversation, and he did some things to adjust, and now doesn't have that issue anymore. But anyways, I got to meet Bob Zimmer. He wanted me to meet Bob Zimmer and his lovely wife. Bob is from North Hollywood, California. I'm from the Valley, from San Fernando, California. Roberto is from Van Nuys, California. And how funny that I was sitting there with these people who do amazing things, and they were all homeboys, if you will. And I was also there, and I was with Andrew Cameron Bailey and Connie Baxter Marlowe. They're the writers. They wrote this book called The Trust Frequency. And they gave me a copy of this book, 10 Assumptions for a New Paradigm. M equals MC squared, The High Road to Happiness. And these are people that work with the indigenous cultures all over the world. They have traveled all over the world working to help the indigenous people and to bring their voice forward. Because, everybody wants to be an indigenous person, but nobody really wants to know what that's actually like. They want to wear feathers, they want to wear blankets, they want to wear beads, they want to wear all those things. But these people don't wear any of that. What they wear is their truth. What they wear is their word, palabra. What they do is they go and they sit on the earth with these people. They go and do ceremony and are in ceremony with these people, just like I do ceremony. Just like when we start this show. This show just doesn't start and I start talking. No, there is ceremony. I sing spirit in I use the sacred medicines to clear the room because I want to be grounded. I want to be rooted. I want to be fruited. I want to be present and right here, right now for you. I don't want to be in anxiety waiting for the show to end because that's anxiety. When we're in the beginning of the show and you're thinking of the end of the show, that's anxiety. I don't want to live that way. I refuse to live that way. I'm not going to force myself to suffer in that way. And you shouldn't either. Be where you are. Be where your feet are. Be where, pardon the expression, be where your ass is. Be here now. Be where you are. Do you know how to do that? I hope. There's a lot of people who go to work every morning, and before they even get there, they're in the traffic, but they're thinking about lunchtime. They're thinking about what they got to do once they get there. They're thinking about this. They're thinking about that. They're not present in the car. They're not even driving their car. It's no wonder we don't have more car accidents on the road because people aren't grounded where they are right here, right now, where they are at, where you are at. There's so much importance to being in your body. There's so much importance to being with people who are grounded. And I have to tell you, yesterday at lunch, I was sitting with these 5 folks, and every single one was more grounded than the other. These were medicine people. These are medicine people. And they write amazing books like that. And they have followings that are amazing. And then I get to be invited to sit at the same table because of the work that I do. And I'm honored and I'm proud. I hope. I don't think about meeting people like that. What I feel about is what I'm feeling, where I'm feeling, and how I'm feeling it, and how I can use those feelings of what I'm doing right here, right now to help you. I hope. And they asked me to do something, right? We were there for lunch, and we're in the middle of this fancy schmancy restaurant, and they asked me if I would pray in the food, pray for the people who planted the seeds, pray for the people who slaughtered the meat, pray for the animal, pay for the plants that were harvested, pay for the processing and all the hands that touched that along the way, including the servers and the chefs and all those people. And what I chose to do instead of just pray was I chose to sing the song that I sing at the beginning of this show. It's a song that was that I brought forth for Ian Morris because he sent me a song and he asked me if I would create a chant for it, and I did. And you heard it. It's hey 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 na na hey na na hi oh. And I didn't know what it meant when I first wrote that, but what it has come to mean to me, and if you listen to me sing it in English, you will hear it. Hey, Great Spirit, I am here, I am ready, I am here, I am here, I am here, I am here, I am here. Great Spirit knows where to find me because I'm a tree that's rooted and fruited. I'm well into my foundation, and I'm not going anywhere. Great Spirit can always find me because of my roots. And my root system, not just the roots of where I am at any given time, but the other trees that I stand with, the other trees that I spend time with. Oh. So I sang this song. And everybody was kind of surprised that I was doing it. I didn't know what reaction I got in the rest of the restaurant because my eyes were closed. I don't know who was looking or listening, but I belted it out. And one of the things that Andrew said to me was, "Oh, the last time I heard that song, I was with so-and-so." And I was like, "You heard that song? Where did you hear that song?" Because that was an amazing thing to hear from me. Because there's a lot of language. I've been speaking this language, and the songs that I write in this language that I speak in the spirit language. And I knew that someday something was going to be recognized with regard to what I was saying and the way I was saying it. And when he said that to me, I was just kind of floored and flabbergasted because I'm like, what are you talking about? This is a song that I wrote, and he was talking to me about a shaman that sang it in another part of the world. I am not alone. What that tells me is I am not alone because I'm willing to do the work, to be present, because I'm willing to do the work and sink my feet into Mother Earth, sink my perineum, sink my coccyx, and be with her. Be as a tree and be rooted and fruited. that I get to tap into the energies of the world and what's happening in other places. And yes, we do sing the same songs. Yes, sometimes we do speak the same words. We see the same things. We have the same experiences without even knowing that we do. Oh, the unseen, the world of the unseen, the medicine world, the shamanic world, the place of walking crow, shifting from darkness to light, from light to darkness, and darkness to light again. Oh, 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 oh. Are you rooted and are you fruited? You have to ask yourself that question. Oh. Oh, we have a call from the 951 area code. Let's go to the 951 area code. Oh. Hello, 951. How are you?
Oh, Anthony, this is Ikiwa.
Hey, how are you?
I am well, thank you. I tuned in, I've been listening, and you're doing awesome work, Anthony. It is so good to see the masculine energy out there because, you know, we need our men to rise up.
Yeah.
We need our men.
Yeah.
We need our men. We need that energy of the men because the men talk to the other men.
Yeah.
They have, you know, and so you were just speaking about your sacred song that you were given, and that vibration is awesome. When you sing that song, I mean, I felt it the first time when I heard you on another video and you sang it, and I just got chills, and I was like, oh, that's where you get those downloads, you know, and I know there's a story behind that song.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say that, and I'm listening.
I'm really honored by you calling in. I'm really honored by you being present in my social media world, and I'm looking forward to when you're moving to Phoenix, aren't you? Sometime soon.
Yes. I'm in California in Riverside County.
Oh.
And I'm going to be going to, I don't know what part of Arizona just yet, but I will be going to Arizona.
Well, I'm excited because I'm looking forward to meeting you someday because you honor me. I'm going to tell you, you honor me. And, you know, I come from a world, and you know this, many of us come from a world where we're not honored, where we're picked apart, you know, we're judged, you know, and, I have to tell you, since I started doing these shows and I started doing my work, that happens a lot less now. It doesn't happen like it used to. And it's great to be able to stand in the power of my feet, in the power of my core, in the power of my masculine, of my divine masculine, and my indigenous nature, my native nature, which I didn't know for a lifetime. 52 years, 51 years. And when I became an elder at 52, I had no idea that I'd even become an elder. I would be taught that by a guy who was selling ayotas so I could make rattles. I was trying to buy some rattles, and he told me the story about ayotas and how they sell them at 104 at a time, that 104 is significant for 2 life cycles. And the first life cycle ends at 51 and the second life cycle starts at 52. And I was really honored to learn that medicine and to understand that what I had stepped into in a good way. And I'm honored and pleased that that women like you find me, because I know what they want from me. They want more men like me to do what I do, to speak up. I have a friend named Angela Hartnett she was in Ashland, Oregon, and she found me the same way. She heard me talking about, this is my left hand, this is the hand of divine feminine, this is my hand of divine masculine. And when she heard that, she contacted me, you know, because she hadn't heard a guy talk like that before, you know. And I want to be fully in my divine feminine, and I want to be fully in my divine masculine all the time. And in Nahuatl, they call that Omateo. Omateo is a duality of creator great spirit in the duality of divine feminine and masculine. So if I can be an Omateo, I want to be an Omateo. Aho. Aho. Yeah. So
and you know what? And you know what, Anthony? When you are hungry to keep that flowing and channeling through you, you know you have a marked area, or you will be having a marked area now there in Sedona, Arizona, where you will have a portal opened up to you.
Aho. Yeah.
Aho.
Aho. It's like the portal, where I was born in San Fernando, in the Valley, in the city of San Fernando. That place is also where my lodge is. That place is also where I got my training as a healer. And I didn't realize at the time when I was doing those things that place was my portal in and out of the spirit world, where I had stepped into the power of that. And I didn't understand it at the time, but boy, do I understand it now. It's amazing to be able to have that understanding.
Yes. And there's a difference between a portal and a stargate.
Oh. Yeah.
So I'm just excited. I'm witnessing your journey, and I really appreciate the masculine energy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So do me a favor. I'm honored. Tell me a little bit about yourself, because there's only so much I can tell from social media, because I'm not one to be pushy and dig, unless somebody invites me in. You know what I mean? So tell me a little bit about you, because I know that I hear the way you talk, and I love it. And so tell me where you're from, and tell me a little bit about your background.
Okay. I'm from California, and my parents are Mexica. I am Mexica indigenous, and I did not learn my culture until I crossed over, because Mom, she raised me being Catholic, and I just didn't fit well being a Catholic. I mean, I loved it when I was a little girl, but as I grew older, it just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Certain things, like, the confession booth, I didn't understand. Why is it that I have to go to a priest or the Father? What, God will hear me clear if I go to Him? And then why go to Him? Because He just gives you, say 3 Hail Marys, and say Our Father 2 times, and this is your penance, and then you'll be forgiven. That didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So, by the time I was in my early 20s, because I am 53 years old.
Oh.
Okay, so...
We're contemporaries.
By the time... Huh?
You and I are contemporaries, yes, I hope.
Yeah, so I understand this whole coming to yourself, your true self, and having that encounter with the spirit. So then, by the time I was in my 20s, I then converted and crossed over to being a Christian. And what I loved about the Christian doctrine is the Catholics, they don't teach you to have an intimate relationship with the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
They want you to go to the Father. You got to go to the Father. Well, no, He's not my Father. He doesn't even symbolize my Father.
Yeah.
My Father is a supreme being light.
Yeah.
He's not a man. He's a light body. We are light body. So, being a Christian, and I had an encounter with the Holy Spirit. And when I had an encounter with the Holy Spirit, I got so drunk, Anthony. I got so drunk speaking in other tongues. That is real. But the tongue that I was speaking sounded indigenous.
Right? Yeah.
And so I got so drunk and I wouldn't shut up. I was just, I just didn't shut up. I went home. I was more drunk. I mean, even the pastor was concerned. He's like, girl, you know how to drink. And I said, honey, nobody ever told me that the Spirit does this.
Right? That's very funny.
And so then, coming from being a Christian, I had some other questions. It didn't make sense that the Holy Spirit, they want to say he's masculine, that it's a male deity of light. And it just didn't sit well with me. So I came to a crossroads. And the Spirit is not masculine. It is feminine.
Oh.
That's Mama. That's Mama Universe.
Oh.
Mama Universe then has her daughters. The great supreme being gave Mama Universe the earth as a desire for him. That was his heart's desire. Because if he was going to have his children, he had to have his children somewhere.
Yeah, right.
So it was a gift. Planet Earth was a gift. Now, I'm not that smart. I'm not that smart, Anthony, to come up with this. This was all given to me in downloads by Mama Universe, the Spirit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
and I have been with family to get tidbits about my culture. And that's all wonderful. But the best plug in that you can have, the best tapping in that you can have is that intimate relationship with Mama.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. And my journey, I'm so on fire, and so when I hear someone like you are taking every step. And the right foot is the male. Yep. And the left foot is the female, right?
Yep. Oh.
And I wait for instructions, Anthony. I wait for instructions. I don't listen to people. I don't have a large circle of people that I will listen to with my ear gates. I won't look at a lot of people with my eye gates. I guard my heart. But if I'm instructed to go view a so-and-so and a so-and-so and a so-and-so, that comes by spirit.
Yeah.
And I am in a group with an enlightened woman, and you went in there and you started posting, and that's how I found you, because Mama told me, turn him on, watch him. And so here we are. And I'm really enjoying the energy.
Thank you. What's interesting, over the last, since December, my social media following numbers have gone from like 1,200 to almost 2,500, and lately it's been like 10 a day. And I don't know these people, but they're finding me, and I'm glad they're finding me. And you know, I'm glad that I'm doing a good work. I'm glad that I'm an obedient son, and I'm able to say yes, because I never said yes to anything. Whew. Oh. Oh, she not say
yes to the mandate.
Say
yes to the mandate. Well, I'm getting sick of that.
Wow. You just made my day. Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna speak. I want to listen.
Oh.
So you continue your show. I'm listening.
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling in.
That's a little bit of my story.
Thank you for sharing that. You know, and I'm honored that you would take time out of your busy day to say hello to me. You know, and whether if you're typing it, whether you're speaking it, you know, I'm just grateful and overjoyed every time I see you come up. So, you know.
Okay, Anthony.
All righty.
Wonderful.
You have a beautiful day.
Family. You're my brother. I'm so proud of you. Continue.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I will. I plan to. That's my plan. We'll see if a Great Spirit agrees, a Great Mother agrees. Thank you for calling me. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Is she gone? Did she go? Oh, man. See, this is the thing. When we take the time to listen to the trees, when we take the time to listen to the sound of the earth, the om, when we take the time to listen and take our left hand, divine hand of receiving, and we place it over our heart as we place our feet in the floor, and we listen, not with our ears, but with our heart space, with our heart. And we connect to Mother Earth in that way, and we are earthed, and we are birthed, and we listen. And she speaks to us, and she says things that we don't quite understand sometimes, and then it's very clear. Like when I leaned into the trees yesterday, and I heard, call Roberto. And then I'm sitting at a table with world-renowned people, with medicines of their own, well-known people. And there was a time in my life when I felt I had no place at a table like that. But at my father's table, at my mother's table, there's a place for me always. Aho. At the breast of my mother, there was always a place. Aho. At the side of my father, as he held my hand, there was a place for me. Aho. There will always be a place for me. Even when I have self-doubt, even when I spin into the story and I say, no, nobody loves me, nobody cares about me, how many of you do that? How many of you spin in the story of how much you're not loved, how much you're not cared for, how ugly I am, how fat I am, how skinny I am, how short, how tall, how dark, how this, how that? I understand. I did that for a lifetime. But for Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, there is a place at the table. There is a place at the table. There is a place at the foot of my grandmother tree. Oh, there is a place for me when I sit on the rocks, when I'm in ceremony, when I'm in Nipi, when I'm in sweat with the grandmothers and the grandfathers, in the place of the fire, and the place of water, and the place of air. Do you live in the elements, and are you grounded enough to be in the elements and understand what these are for you? Or do you spend your time living and spinning in your psychosis? Because America lives in its psychosis. They keep speaking to their sickness of mental health. And we see it every day. We saw it yesterday. And people are dog paddling around what somebody said yesterday because they chose poorly. They chose poorly because they live and spin up here. Because they don't know what to do. They live in fear. I live in no fear. I decided long ago that I'm no longer a Buddhist. I've never been a Buddhist. But I decided I wasn't going to be a Buddhist because I no longer suffer. I will not suffer. I refuse to suffer. I don't have to suffer for anybody at any cost. because my feet are firmly planted on Mother Earth. They're firmly planted within Mother Earth. And I'm the tree that doesn't get knocked down by the four winds. Oh, shit. I do not get knocked down by the four winds. And I talk about this constantly. You guys hear this come out of my mouth probably every week. Is it something new? No. But how do I get rooted, Anthony? How do I get fruited? How do I ground myself, Anthony? By paying attention and listening. Do what I do. Act as if. And do it till you do it on your own. Oh, find a teacher. I'm going to suggest that you guys find a teacher. Or reach out to me at Anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com. I hope. Or give me a call in my office. Area code 818-442-1717. Or go to my website, www.sacreddrummedicine.com, and look up what I do. See what I do. And then contact me and ask me the question of, Anthony, can you help me? Can you help me? You know, and I don't go around helping people until they ask. I mind my own business. That's the kind of tree that I am. I don't butt into people's lives where I'm not wanted until I'm wanted. Not saying that I'm not wanted, but you know what I'm saying? There's people that walk around that want to fix other people. It's not my job. My job is not to fix you. My job is to facilitate a path for you so you can help yourself. And are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Oishino. 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 I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. Oishino. 323-870-3791 is a call-in number. Call in and let's, jump into the conversation, jump into the fray, jump into your healing. What is the healing that you want? How will you earth yourself? How will you ground yourself? There's a lot of people who do this thing called earthing. And there's this woman, when I was at the Sprouts Market in Eagle Rock, California, working there, this woman came in to find me. She said, I understand that you know about earthing, that you know about grounding. I said, yeah. She says, well, how do you do that? How do you ground? And I said, well, I connect to my feet. I go through my intention. I connect to my feet. I allow my energy legs to sink down into Mother Earth and allow Mother Earth to flow through me. She says, no. I mean, like with wires and stuff. I'm like, what? And, there's people who like to do things in a different way. It's like, a bolt of lightning. There's buildings that have lightning rods on them so that, stuff doesn't happen to that building when the lightning hits it. And it's the same thing. People are running wires from their bed, sheeting on the bed, or some sort of out the window down into the earth to ground themselves. But you can do that, but that's not what I need to do. I need to connect with Mother Earth. She is my mother. She is my bosom. She is my life force. People will say that Creator Great Spirit is my life force, but in the duality of that life force, there is the divine feminine energy. There is the Great Mother. And she holds me. She holds me in her arms, and she holds me for my lifetime or lifetimes. And she will walk me through and allow me to make mistakes. She will allow me to drink in spirits, and spirit will leave me. She will allow me to take things into my lungs and hopefully and give myself something, because I don't know how to ask for what it is I want. And she will trust that I will find my way back. And I have. And I'm here. And I'm ready. And I'm rooted. And I'm fruited. Are you ready? Tell me that you're ready. Let me know that you're ready. Itchiwanda, people like Itchiwanda come across my life. My friend Angela Rose Hartnett come into my life. People like my friend here in Sedona, Phaedra. She owns the Tribal Group. It's a studio where I do drumming, and we found each other through other people. And she understands the nature of who I am, and she understands that I nurture my nature, just like Itchiwanda nurtures her nature, just like Phaedra nurtures her nature. Just like my friend Bob Zimmer nurtures his nature. And my new friend Andrew Bailey, Cameron Bailey, and his wife Connie Marlowe nurture their nature and they nurture the nature of others. They nurture the nature of those indigenous peoples who have been run over, who have been stomped on, who have been taken from, who have been taken advantage of. When will you become sick and tired of being sick and tired and standing to your own feet, standing to the power of who and what you are? And I'm going to reach out to my indigenous brothers, my native brothers in this country and all over the world who are drunk from alcohol, who are drunk from, who are medicated through drugs and pot, and who have no self-esteem, who live with diabetes because they have a broken connection to who they are, and they honor fry bread. And fry bread is not a traditional food of the indigenous native people of this land. It is not. It's the table scraps of what the white man, what the Americans left us with. Fry bread. Ooh, wow, let's have some fry bread. I like fry bread, but guess what? I understand what that is. I'm not a dog, and I don't need your table scraps. She don't want. She don't want. Hey. So enough of that. I just needed to go there for a second. And, that's the way that is. But I'm here to talk about grounding. Everything I do in the four elements of my body, not the three of my head, voice, intention, and spirit, universe. Well, that's not totally true, but I do it in the balance. Walk in the way of balance. Walk in the way of beauty. I'm talking about the medicine wheel. Do you walk in the way of balance? Do you walk in the way of beauty? The cross, way of balance and the way of beauty. And the only way to do that is to ground and have a practice of grounding. Do you go out and hike in the mountains, in the woods? Do you touch trees? Do you touch the plants with intention? Do you honor the animals as you see them and they come in across your path? Or do you run from them? I got to tell you, I was with a friend of mine one time up at Lake Hollywood in Los Angeles. And she's a city girl, and I'm a city boy, but I have a different belief and a different nature than she does. Because we came across 3 deer, and she flipped out on me. Oh my God, wild animals. I'm like, no wild animals, those are deer. Like I started talking to the deer. And I started having a conversation with them. And they stood and they listened to what I had to say. But they were busy listening to what I had to say, and they were looking at her because she was flipping out and getting ready to run away. So to stay away from her, they went over around a rock and came down the other side. And I kept talking to them the whole time they were making their way. But I was able to do that and not be afraid because I understand the nature of who and what I am. I am of this earth. Those animals are of this earth. The drum that I made, this drum is of this earth. This crowing is of this earth. Oh, the tree that this drum is made from is of this earth. This is about ground medicine. This is about earth medicine. And when will you come into your earth medicine and stop playing with your device that you can't put down? Your device allows you to escape into your head, and you're constantly in your head. And when you twist your ankle and you sprain your ankle and you hurt a finger and you start to manifest hurt and wounds in your body because you can't pay attention to your body, you are not grounded. You have been uprooted by a passing flood. You have been uprooted by a passing truck, by a passing logger or something. Stand in the nature of who and what you are. Stand in the root. Stand with your extended branches into the heavens, and allow the birds of the air to nest in your branches and eat of your fruit. And what is your fruit? Share with them the story of how you got from point A to point B, because they're hungry for how it happened, and they're hungry that it happened. They're hungry for the news, the good news, they call it in the Bible. The Bible says, write it down, go and tell. They were talking about Jesus, your gardener. He was coming. They're telling you that he was coming every Thursday at 2:00. Your gardener Jesus shows up. No, I'm just kidding. The Jesus, the story of the child, the Christ child. They were talking about the good news, the new energy, the ascended master. Oh, he's coming. I'm coming. You're coming. Let us mirror each other and see who and what we are in our medicine, in our truth, in our balance, in our beauty. Oh, as my teachers have taught me, and be rooted and rooted and share the stories of what it is that happened and how we recovered from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body, how we transformed from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body, how I transitioned from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body, how I transcended from a seemingly hopeless state of mind, body, and how you transmuted and how you transmute from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body. And I no longer take spirits into my body so spirit can leave. Spirit has returned and the spirits have been removed long ago. And I no longer have to put cigarette smoke or pot smoke into my lungs because I know how to say, can you help me? Will you be my friend? Will you love me? I need your help. What's your name? Ask for what it is you want through the voice that you've been given, through the vibration that you've been given. But you have to be rooted and fruited. Your roots and you have to be planted firmly in the earth, in your mother, in the bosom of your mother. Oh, can you? Will you? Do you? Oh, shit. Oh. Yesterday I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about today. I really wanted to talk about grounding. But because I'm willing to ground, because I'm willing to earth, because I'm willing to give myself those things that my parents weren't willing to give me. Did you hear what Shawanda said? My name is Anthony Joseph Rodriguez. That's not my name. That's the name that I was given. I was given the culture of Catholicism. I don't even call it religion. It's a culture of Catholicism. It's a European culture. I am not European. There's some European blood in me now because they forced it on me. Rodriguez is my slave name. And I understand that. And I'm not the only indigenous nature around. And I had to learn about my indigenous nature late in my life. There's a lot of indigenous nature that's rooted and fruited in this world. And it's called Irish, and it's called Scottish, and it's called German, and it used to be called Roman. It's called Italian now. It's Czechoslovakian. It's called Korean. It's called Chinese. It's called Japanese. It's called Thai. It's called many Aboriginal. It's called Hawaiian. Oh, you shouldn't say it. My brother's in Hawaii. Pana. They teach Pana. And because I am willing to ground in earth, I understand Pana. Pana is a connection to nature. Pana is a connection to the animals. Pana is the connection to earth, to the trees, to the sound of the wind, to the crack of the lightning when it strikes. And the thunder is so loud that it vibrates through me. And I say, yes. I am rooted and I am fruited. And I live in the nature of my Pana. And if you want to learn about Pana, ask me where that comes from. Reach out to me at Anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com. Reach out to me at www.sacreddrummedicine.com. Reach out to me at my office and ask me questions at area code 818-442-1717. Or leave a message here. Leave a message here in this place, in the thread. I hope as you watch it, or if you're watching it on in Goldylocks Productions on YouTube or on Anthony Rodriguez Walking Pro Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. Leave a message. Leave a message and let us know what you have to say. Let us know what it is that you need for yourself. What is it you want? Stop being embarrassed and shy about those things that you really would like to have. Be rooted and be fruited and be the tree that doesn't get knocked down by the four winds. I have survived and stood through the four winds. What are your four winds? Be in your ground. Time flew by. Yes, my producer just reminded me that time flew by. Boy, it went by really quick, And I look forward to seeing everybody next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, I'll be broadcasting live from here in Sedona. But I'll be going to Los Angeles because I have clients there, and then I'll be in Nevada City on the 28th at the drum making journey. We'll be making drums in Nevada City. So, and then I'll be back, I believe in Sedona, or I might even broadcast from LA. I'm not even sure yet. So we'll figure it out. I want to thank everybody for coming. I'm going to ask you to take time to put your feet on the floor. Take time to reach out to an elder or a teacher that can help you be more of you, a whole Shaman. The you that you were originally meant to be, a whole Shaman. I want to thank my call-in guest. I want to thank Tiffany White, Sage Woman, for holding space for all of us, for creating a space for us to do what it is that we do, to do what it is that I do. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, and this is the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine, saying thank you very much and have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day.